asserting dominance. Who's going to be top of the food chain? We're about to find out. Both players end up misdropping. Actually, no, I think that was intentional for WTK. With the kind of openers they pull sometimes, I have no clue what's intentional and what's not. And QUICKANDSMART's just keeping really nice efficiency, staying low on the board, but they're probably going to have to do some tanking eventually. They're going to start now. Ooh, they do have a Spire. Scary for QUICKANDSMART. But WTK is misdropping right now. Ooh, nice donation from Quick. I love to see it. WTK is trying to get into the best board state possible before popping their zone. Or perhaps maybe make sure Quick is in a worse board state before they zone. Nope, they were looking for the best possible board state. They have absolutely no doubts in their capabilities. They're going to start it right now. Very quick 12-line startup. And they are going to get this T-piece in time, but their lines are going to be capped. 17 lines, but still 55 attack. QUICKANDSMART. Gonna be forced to play reactive here, finding very nice donations, very nice efficiency, but once again, they're gonna be low on time. They can still get max lines here. They find the ulti. That's gonna be 63, very impressive ulti. And luckily for them, they did get to take a decent bit of clean before this transition. But unluckily for them, WTK is at max zone and at a really, really clean board state. And QUICKANDSMART still fighting efficiency where they can, though. Not going down without a fight. They have this counter for keeping the down stack optimal. Oh my god! That's a card from WTK! Oh my gosh! They are styling right now. And in Phase 3, with reduced time, they just don't care. And there's just no way out of that one from QUICKANDSMART. Oh my gosh! Okay, Phase 3 curb's insane. I believe we have seen another curb today. But it's been so long. Such a majestic sight every time. Such a majestic sound. Music to my ears. QUICKANDSMART does have both eyepieces when they need it. WTK finds a nice donation here. They're still in 6-3. Looking to find a good time to downstack to get to their well. They have the counter for. This is perfect for them. Now QUICKANDSMART's in a very precarious situation here. Very nice roll of twos from WTK here. QUICKANDSMART trying to downstack, maybe preserve their zone meter, but now it's not possible. While taking all that time, WTK was just piling on more and more pressure. And QUICKANDSMART's gonna get their lives capped, but that means they get the quick end. They get more meter at their disposal, which is exactly what their priority should be right now. They know they're receiving a very large spike. They use both of their stall placements. On their way down, they now have no overcharge, which is very greedy, but they do see the light of day. They see the end of their damage queue. But they have no more stall placements. And unfortunately, charging that last quarter did end up being Quick's downfall. Most of the time a good idea, but this is one of those edge cases. Yeah, Tizago out the other curve. 6-3s from both players. QUICKANDSMART keeping it simple, keeping it clean. WTK has an insane donation sequence here. Swagging out, as per usual. And the way that WTK didn't even need to think about where those cursed pieces should go, and it just resolves perfectly, is always majestic to look at. And QUICKANDSMART isn't able to cycle their eyepiece in time. WTK is currently on sweet pace. QUICKANDSMART needs to try and pin that momentum. Once again, a tall order, but not outside of the realm of possibility. WTK does some initial misdrops, which means that QUICKANDSMART is going to have the immediate pacing advantage. QUICKANDSMART's gonna stay in 6-3 above their well. They know they'll have no problem accessing it later, but these misdrops are definitely going to put a hole in that notion. And WTK's chasing, they're doing the simul, they know they have the speed, they know they can get away with doing this. This is a nice sequence from QUICKANDSMART here into this TST. But once again, they have a scenario of no overcharge. They charged that last quarter, and we don't know if it's a good play until it all resolves. It's gonna be close. They go for an Iceman, but Iceman just isn't real. And in Final T, it does end up working out for them. WTK, once again, just keeping those jets active, not slowing down for a second. Repeating the mantra, overpower, overpower. That is their goal. That is their one method. That is their win con. Transition happens. Zoneless from WTK. QUICKANDSMART is in a really good position to zone now. So even with mitigated time, it still looks like they could get max lines. They gotta be really quick though! Ooh, they had the I-flat solve, but we're a little bit too late to see it. They don't get max lines here. But even still, they end up sending to WTK, who is currently being forced to waste I. QUICKANDSMART's playing really efficient, but they do have to worry about WTK slowly getting their footage back. The longer the game persists, the more speed is king. WTK misdrops. They don't have a count to 4. They're gonna start this zone at partial, which means they likely have overcharge if they have to break glass in case of emergency. And QUICKANDSMART is completely clean. They have to accept no damage. They get max meter. They're trying to do some out-of-zone pressure. They find a TST. They're going to zone for it, but zoning from the bottom gives WTK so much time. Is it a good idea? We're about to find out. That L-piece misdrop makes it tough. They're going to have to I-spin. That's going to have to waste more time. And WTK might actually out-damage the zone. They're trying their hardest. But they're still receiving a lot. And the efficiency wasn't as good as they like to be. QUICKANDSMART completely clean. They're forcing WTK to make a lot of drastic decisions. Cascading. And QUICKANDSMART is on the board. Very well played. You'll see a lot of players in that situation just power stack and try and maintain their advantage, but QUICKANDSMART recognized they had a kill. They kept piling on the pressure. And it all came to fruition. WTK is still in the 6-3. A scary sight to see. But QUICKANDSMART completely just face tanking all of it. They don't need 6-3. They have their own efficiency. Okay, that dependency is insane. But it should be fine nonetheless. They keep the T-spin open. They're just gonna start their zone. Gonna find really nice donations, so it's gonna be pretty efficient. This is looking to be low 60s. If they get max lines. Unfortunately, they're locked to 17. So it's gonna be 50 exactly. But WTK looks like they're gonna be line locked too. Oh, I guess not. 71?! Okay, WTK, alright. I think that's like the most impressive like lines to attack ratio we've seen. Like the single most efficient zone we've seen in this day. Absolutely ridiculous. And that donation, just no hesitation after that misdrop. WTK's playing out of their mind. But Quick and Smart's no stranger to this. They've done it once. They can try for it again. WTK is zoning from the top. Their lines will be capped. Capped to 26. But they have the speed to potentially output another 20 damage in like 10 seconds if it comes down to it. It's not needed. In fact, it would actively hurt WTK to do so at this point. But Quick and Smart is just choosing not to tank. Very interesting decisions. Oh no, that IP soft drop isn't good! And even though they had a quarter, it probably wouldn't have made too much of a difference. Well played to Quick and Smart, but that is game set WTK. Yeah, very well played. I think like the interesting thing about this is like Quick and Smart's round isn't like the usual like Mickey Mouse round where it's just like, oh wow, they like got an early top out of phase 1. Like they fought tooth and nail for that all the way into phase 3. I think that might be like the most impressive like round win upset.